Hey everyone, welcome back to 5 Minutes with the Bible. I'm Tim, and I'm so glad you're here. Today we're talking about staying strong in your faith, even through the silence. Today's scripture comes from the Gospel of Mark. Let's see what the Word has to say. Now, these are the ones sown among thorns. They are the ones who hear the word, and the cares of this world, the deceitfulness of riches, and the desires for other things entering in choke the word, and it becomes unfruitful. Jesus had just finished talking about the different types of soil the seed can fall on, and gives this final warning about the world and what it can do to our faith. Jesus warns that even good things, money, ambition, daily concerns, can take over our hearts if we're not careful. Even our hearts, crafted for worship to Him, can be twisted into letting distractions hide Him from our heart. See, life is full of distractions. Notifications constantly buzzing, comparison on social media, stress over grades, stress over who had the best vacation. Comparison and the pressure to fit in are at an all-time high. It's so easy to drift away from faith when we get caught up in everything else. I remember a time when I felt like my faith was slipping. I was in a real dark night of the soul. The dark night of the soul was this idea developed by St. John of the Cross, a 16th century Spanish mystic. In his writings, he describes a spiritual dryness, a suffering, a feeling of distance from God. I was so caught up in trying to keep up with everything, sports, school, friends, that my relationship with God got pushed to the side. I wasn't praying as much, wasn't really thinking about my faith, and honestly, I felt lost. I stopped listening for God's voice, so it felt like He stopped speaking. Many great Christians have talked about their experience with the dark night. Mother Teresa and C.S. Lewis have been very public about what they experienced. Mother Teresa said, "There is such a terrible darkness within me, as if everything was dead." For nearly 50 years, she felt abandoned by God, but still remained faithful in serving Him. C.S. Lewis said, after the death of his wife, "Where is God? Go to Him when your need is desperate, when all other help is vain, and what do you find? A door slammed in your faith." Both of them went through a period where they felt completely abandoned by God. They both went on to say that this period of silence was not an abandonment, but a time in which their faith grew much deeper and much more authentic. Both Mother Teresa and C.S. Lewis showed that the dark night of the soul is not a sign of weak faith, but rather a refining process that can lead to a deeper trust in God. Faith is not just about feelings, it's about choosing to trust, even in silence. I wonder if our dark night of the soul comes because we have taken all of the room in our thoughts meant for Him and replaced them. Replace them with the other things I mentioned earlier. Sports, school, friends. While all of these are great things, they can sometimes hinder our most important relationship. They can choke out the word and our faith becomes dry and unfruitful. Last week we talked about our friendships, our relationships, and the impact it has on the development of our faith and our outlook on life. The most important relationship we have, and the one that has the most impact, is our relationship with the Lord. Are we leaving room in our lives for that relationship? Are we leaving room for the Lord to produce fruit in our lives? So here's your challenge today. Find one way to hold on to faith. Maybe that means setting aside 5 minutes to pray, putting down the phone the next time you think about doom scrolling, or picking up the Bible instead of the TV remote. I normally pray at this point in our time together, but today I want to leave this time open. Take it and talk to the Lord, and listen to what our good Father has to say in response. Thanks for spending these 5 minutes with me today. Remember, hold on to faith, because he who promised to be faithful is faithful. See you next time.